Millions of children across the US have never taken a programming course, and even if they have, their first experience with the subject is almost always in high school. This is a major issue, as coding is a vital skill in the 21st century. In an attempt to remedy this, the US has even introduced billion-dollar initiatives to get kids coding. However, despite these efforts, barriers like price and overly complicated math and vernacular continue to reduce accessibility and deter kids from learning.
While there are already many options to learn code online for free, many of them have a heavy focus on customer productivity in use and convenience in purchase. However, this strategy leads to issues when it comes to keeping users engaged in learning. Pygeon's Blue Ocean approach improves upon 4 areas of the buyer utility map: simplicity, convenience, and fun and image in use, as well as convenience in delivery. We will be improving simplicity by greatly reducing information overload and making sure we keep technical jargon out of our lessons as much as possible. Convenience is where our mobile medium comes into play, as it will be much easier for our users to learn on the go. Finally, to increase fun and image, we will be gamifying the learning process to keep things engaging for all audiences.
Our solution, Pygeon, is a platform that combines coding education with mobile gaming. Pygeon features a role-playing adventure game where kids are brought into a world of code with rich narratives and entertaining minigames. To tailor our lessons to a younger audience, we removed overly complicated vernacular and created exercises that don't require math above a 3rd grade level. After every lesson, students play a minigame that tests their understanding of the material. And at the end of every unit, students will be tested on all of the content they've learned in that unit via a boss battle quiz. And to top it all off, Pygeon teaches kids Python, the fastest growing major programming language worldwide.
Information overload is one of the biggest issues we want to eliminate, as this is one of the major factors that drives people away from learning to code. We also want to reduce tediousness, technical jargon, and cost. Furthermore, we'll be increasing simplicity, guidance, and accessibility. Finally, we'll be implementing gamification to help kids stay interested and engaged when learning.
Issues like overly complicated vernacular and math are especially problematic when it comes to younger audiences, since they would have less patience for concepts they don't understand, creating a situation in which they end up dropping coding entirely. This makes them our Tier 1 non-customers. In order to make things easier for these audiences, we will be implementing fun quests and storytelling, both of which help kids stay engaged while learning. Our Tier 2 non-customers are people being scared off by a perceived complexity that isn't really there. For these people, our standalone mobile availability and simplistic lessons will make learning more accessible on the go, presenting coding as less of a hassle to learn. Finally, our Tier 3 non-customers are people with no interest in coding whatsoever. For our Tier 3 non-customers, we hope that gamification combined with mobile availability will make coding fun and easy to learn, possibly drawing interest from people who previously had none.
In order to more effectively solve the major issues with coding education, we have conducted 138 surveys of people in our target market and constructed our app and lessons based on their responses. Students are first introduced to worlds, each of which represent a major unit. Next, students begin exploring those worlds, where they become acclimated with coding through simple explanations and engaging examples. Throughout this process, students will go on quests that lead them to the world boss battle, in which they will be tested on all the unit's content. The virtual coding education market was valued around $460 million in 2019, with almost 50 million learners across platforms, around 9 million of whom are on mobile. Pygeon will bring more users to the mobile market as a free standalone mobile app targeted towards younger audiences.
We estimate that around 6 months after release, we'll have captured around 800,000 users, with around 1.5 million users after 12 months and 2.4 million users after 24 months. Pygeon's primary source of revenue is through an optional $5 monthly subscription that grants access to intermediate and advanced content. Estimating an average user conversion of around 5%, we would have 40,000 subscribers after 6 months, 75,000 after 12 months, and 110,000 after 24 months. From these subscriber count estimates, we could find our total revenue within the first 24 months to be around $10.6 million. Thank you.